Well, I think the game went almost as expected. We knew that Army was going to come in and play for 60 minutes. I thought that both teams did a good job in the first half of kind of feeling out one another, and we were impressed with their defense, and I thought their goalie made some big saves for them for a freshman to walk into the Carrier Dome and play. It's not easy, so I thought he was really up to the task. And as we knew, they were going to keep playing in the second half. We got maybe a little comfortable, and we got up by 4 goals in the third period, and as expected, Army crawled back into the game and ended up tying it up and turned into a game that could have gone either way. Fortunately, we came up with a face-off and some possessions, and that last one at the end obviously was huge for us. And we know, I think both teams know what they have to work on coming out of a game like this. But great win for Syracuse today. It could have gone the other way, and to get out of here and be 3-0 is a good thing for us right now.
Warren takes the last shot to save the post.
I felt it hit off the tip of my stick, but as soon as I heard it hit off the pipe, I got scared for a second there, but it popped out, and luckily it didn't go in.
So did it hit your stick first?
Well, yeah, it just nicked off the top, yeah.
And you saw it flying out?
Yeah, and that was the best feeling ever.
Coach, did you see any sloppy play from your team as far as like turnovers and penalties going?
Yeah, the way they were playing defense, they weren't sliding a lot, and they forced us to basically dodge to score. Did a little bit of showing, but and that I thought some of our angles and our shots weren't as good as they could have been. But when I've got to give credit to their goalie too. He made some big saves. So it took us a little while to adjust to that. And fortunately, some of these guys made some big plays and made some good shots. Enough of them, anyways, to put us in a position to win the game.
Dylan, with them sliding that way, I guess how challenging was it for you? Someone like you who likes to feed other players. I guess how challenging was that?
Yeah, it's definitely challenging. I got to give credit to their defense and goal, as Coach Desko said. They had a great game plan, and they were kind of forcing us to do things that force us down the alley on dodges that maybe we wanted to go back to the other side, and we kind of played into their hands a little bit. I'm not going to take away credit from them, but yeah, it's definitely challenging, and but you got to adjust in the middle of the game.
Coach, now that it's over and you came out on top, are you excited to have these experiences where you guys go down to the final 90 seconds, and how can it help you moving forward?
Most definitely. As coaches, we walk into the locker room and we'll watch film, but when I go home tonight, it's one of the things that I'm going to think about, that sure, we made a bunch of mistakes, and our Army did too, but to play in a game like this, you can't practice and get this kind of experience, and especially with a solid, well-coached team like they have. And when you come out of a game like this and you see some of the things they did, other teams haven't done in the past, so we're going to learn from that. We're going to show the film about these guys, and the only unfortunate part is we have a really short week, so no day off. We've got to get back out there tomorrow, show the guys some of the mistakes that we made, and then turn around and refocus on UVA because we leave Thursday to play them on Friday evening. So short week to try to learn from this, but as you touched on, it's a great experience that you can't buy. So it's very good for us today.
And Warren, when Army was coming back in the game with late in the third and fourth, just defensively, what was going on there? What kind of adjustments were you trying to make to sort of stop the runs?
Well, obviously they were trying to invert us from behind there and open up spaces up top with their cutters, and they did a great job at that and definitely kept us on our heels. And defensively, we just wanted to clog up that middle and make sure that they weren't getting those chances and try to force that shot from the outside.
Coach, at that final timeout, 35 seconds after you guys had the ball, what did you say to your team?
Well, we're covering a lot of things right there. We want to, if we were to lose, first of all, what to do with the ball. We basically decided to give it to Timmy Barber and try to outrun the Army's defenders. We set up a little play off the ball, and we wanted to position their goalie in a spot where if we got in trouble, we could get the ball, throw the ball at their goalie, so we might have a chance of getting a ground ball. Also, we wanted to stop the fast break, that if we did lose the ball, we wanted to position our players there. In talking to our close defense, be ready for the fast break. If, worst case scenario, they come up with the ball. They almost had one. But we just try to cover all the scenarios and try to take care of the ball and come up with some options to, if we do lose it, to stop their breaks and put the ball in position where it could eat some more time off the clock.
John, I was curious, the Army's second last possession, where they were milking the clock down, milking it down, and then had to pass and firm the sweep of the ball. That's how I get to the last second possession.
Mhm.
Do that, 'cause you know, you talk about your offense maybe, have some start and stop. The defense really came big today, and I just want your thoughts on that possession. You were very patient against them, and you finally forced them to practice, and Scott got the ball. Tell me what you saw out there in that second last possession.
Well, I think, going into the game, we felt that we had good matchups with our defensemen on their attackmen and middies and so on. And I think that's why you saw a lot of their picking, a lot of their inverts behind. They were trying to get a switch from, a midfielder to an attackman and so on. That's why you saw as many inverts as you did. So we just wanted to, we called it hold the rope and play good solid defense there and not to get in the penalty box. We wanted to be over aggressive and create something where they had an opportunity to score with an extra man. And if we did come up with it, we wanted to make sure we had a good possession going the other way. And, we really didn't need another goal at that point. We needed the clock to wind down.
Coach, you brought up the penalty box. Early in the second half, Nick Mariano shoved an Army defender and got called for a penalty. You kind of ripped into him on the sideline. He seemed disappointed. What did you tell him?
Well, he was basically just pushing the man who was trying to set the pick, and it's not allowed. And he did it, I think, 2 or 3 times in a row. We were trying to tell him from the sideline not to do that. And it was in a close game like this, we don't need to create extra man opportunities for Army. They're too good to do that too. So we weren't happy with the play as coaches.
Coach, Dylan didn't take a shot in the fourth quarter. I was just wondering, what the offensive strategy was and where he fit into it.
Well, I think that the way they played us defensively, that's what was happening. We were kind of getting one opportunity to shoot and score, and either the goalie would make the save, or they might get a good defensive play, or we'd turn the ball over. We didn't get any of those, not too many of those wide shots where we got the ball back and we were able to, circulate our offense and get more comfortable with our offense. So, we wanted, especially they were switching on some of the picks behind the goal, and I wanted a couple of turnovers. I thought, Dylan got in front of the goal a couple times, and it was pretty close to whether they were going to go in or not. And Dylan and I talked a little bit about how he could, get out and away from the defender to get the shots off better. But it was definitely one of our options in that last quarter. I wish we'd gone to it 1 or 2 more times.
Eric, you must come under that. No, we spoke about your evolving offensive game and group dodges and whatnot. I believe both goals of yours today came out from nice moves and a bunch last week. So just where do you think you are right now is developing that threat, which obviously every team needs to kind of get a secondary threats. Where do you think you are right now with the development of your offensive game?
I mean, like we talked about last time we talked, just getting opportunities, getting out there and just hoping that any given day someone can step up. Today was my day. I stepped up in the midfield, but other people did too as well.
Dylan, I'm just wondering, being that you've been with that, I guess what did you see from defense? How did you adjust in the fourth quarter?
Oh yeah, they played solid all game. Like Coach said, they never gave up. But like the way our offense works, you never know who's going to be shooting. We kind of play a team offensive game, so it just so happened that other people were getting shots off and pretty decent shots. I wish we could have put a couple more in. Maybe we could have been a little more patient and waited for a better shot, but that's just the way it goes sometimes.